ready to explore something incredible. Let's dive into the world of fungi, those fascinating organisms that have some mind-boggling connections to us humans.
Yeah, it's a journey that takes us back to the very origins of consciousness, to the forefront of technology, and even to maybe the solutions for some of the biggest challenges facing our planet.
We're diving deep into the stoned ape theory, talking about fungal networks with the potential to revolutionize technology and uncovering the incredible resilience of these ancient organisms. You've shared some amazing research from mycologists like Paul Stamets, so let's unpack it, shall we?
Absolutely. One of the most captivating things about fungi is their sheer tenacity.
Oh, absolutely.
They've survived multiple mass extinctions, like ice ages even, and they've adapted to thrive in some of the most extreme environments you can imagine.
It's like they have this secret, I don't know, survival guide that's been passed down for millions of
Yeah.
years.
In a way, you could say they do. This resilience, this toughness, it's all tied to their unique intelligence. Fungi, you see, have developed these really complex communication networks that allow them to share nutrients, warn each other about danger, and, most importantly, adapt to changing conditions.
So it's not just about like a single mushroom surviving, right? It's this massive interconnected network working together as one.
Precisely. These networks, we call them mycelium, they're incredibly intricate and adaptable. Get this. Scientists in Japan actually used a type of slime mold, which is part of the fungal kingdom, to map out the Tokyo subway system.
Wait, seriously, you're kidding. Tell me more about that. That's wild.
Okay, so they took this slime mold and they replicated the city layout in the lab using, get this, oat flakes as nutrients, right? And the main food source represented Tokyo. Now, this slime mold, with its crazy ability to find the most efficient path to food, ended up recreating a network almost identical to the actual Tokyo subway system.
That's incredible. It's like the fungi were saying, we've been optimizing networks for millions of years, humans. Take notes.
Exactly. And this incredible ability to self-organize and adapt is something we're trying to understand and replicate, especially in our own technological infrastructure.
It makes you wonder, what else can we learn from these ancient networks? But hold on, before we go too far, let's rewind to the beginning. I'm really curious about this whole stone ape theory and how it ties into human evolution.
Yes. It's a fascinating hypothesis, though. Admittedly, it's still debated. Mycologists like Paul Stamets, they've proposed that our primate ancestors, way back when, while searching for food, might have eaten psilocybin mushrooms.
Mega mushrooms, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And that might have, led to enhanced sensory perception, sparked creativity, and strengthened social bonds.
So, like, picture this. Early humans are out there on the savannah, right? And they stumble upon some, well, let's just say, interesting mushrooms. Curiosity gets the better of them. They give them a try. What happens next?
Well, according to Stamets, this wasn't just a one-time thing. He suggests this consumption happening over, like, millions of years might have actually changed the course of human evolution.
You're suggesting that these psychedelic experiences from the mushrooms played a role in shaping our brains and how we behave.
That's the idea. Stamets argues that these psilocybin mushrooms might have contributed to the sudden increase in brain size in early humans, especially the development of language centers. Now, it's a bold claim, no doubt, but the timing of these evolutionary leaps does line up with the period when our ancestors were migrating across the African savanna, where these types of mushrooms are plentiful.
It's definitely something to think about. So we have this incredible resilience from fungi that's allowed them to thrive for eons, and now this captivating theory about how they might have shaped human consciousness makes you wonder, what other secrets are these organisms hiding?
Well, one thing that often surprises people is that, genetically speaking, fungi are more closely related to animals than they are to plants. In fact, fungal cells share a surprising number of similarities with human and animal cells.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying we're more closely related to a mushroom than a tree? That's wild.
It really is. And it suggests a deeper connection between humans and fungi, something that goes far beyond just our shared evolutionary history. It's true. And this connection, it goes beyond just our cells. Fungi are crucial for keeping our ecosystems in balance.
Okay, so they're like the cleanup crew of the natural world.
Exactly. They're master decomposers, breaking down all that organic matter and putting those essential nutrients back into the soil.
Right, nature's recyclers. But what's the big deal with that? Why is that so important?
Well, think about it. Without fungi, our planet would be drowning in, like, mountains of dead plants and animals.
Oh, gross.
Right. They're the unsung heroes working behind the scenes, keeping everything in check.
That's pretty impressive when you really think about it. These tiny things cleaning up after everyone else and keeping the whole system running.
That's the thing about fungi, always working. And here's where it gets even cooler, though. Researchers are looking into how we can use this decomposing power, this ability to break things down, to tackle pollution and, all the environmental damage we've caused.
You mean like using fungi to clean up toxic waste? Is that even possible?
Exactly. It's called mycoremediation. Basically, certain types of fungi can actually eat and break down pollutants, turning them into something much less harmful.
So instead of using harsh chemicals, we could just unleash some fungi to clean up oil spills, or maybe even break down plastic. Sounds kind of science fiction.
I know, right? But it's real, and it's showing a lot of promise. Paul Stamets, he's done some groundbreaking work on this, developing methods that use fungi to clean up toxic waste. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, vaguely. Didn't they use fungi to clean up some old truck depot or something?
Okay.
Something that was really polluted.
Yes, and the results were incredible. The fungi went to work on the hydrocarbons in the soil, and within a year, the whole area was covered in grass. It's really remarkable the potential of this technology to actually heal the planet.
That's pretty amazing. So fungi helped our ancestors evolve. They're cleaning up our messes. They've been with us every step of the way.
Totally. And their influence goes even further than that. Fungi have these mutually beneficial relationships with plants called mycorrhizal symbiosis.
Mycorrhizal symbiosis. Sounds complicated. What's that all about?
It's pretty simple, actually. Fungal networks connect with plant roots and create this sort of underground trading system.
Okay.
So the fungi, they provide the plants with water and all the good nutrients from the soil. And in return, the plants give the fungi sugars they make through photosynthesis, like a perfect partnership.
Like a symbiotic barter system. Pretty cool.
Exactly. And it's crucial for most plants on Earth for their health and survival. But get this, scientists now believe that these fungal networks, they might actually allow plants to talk to each other.
Wait, plants can chat with each other? How is that even possible?
That's the magic of those fungal networks.
Right.
They found that plants can use these networks to share resources, send out warnings about pests or diseases, even help younger seedlings grow. Think of it like an underground social network for plants.
Wow, that's incredible. So fungi help plants survive, communicate, basically thrive. It
Yeah.
really makes you appreciate this whole hidden world going on beneath our feet.
Absolutely. And the deeper we delve into this world, the more mind-blowing it gets. Did you know that some companies are already using the power of fungi to develop more eco-friendly and sustainable manufacturing processes?
Really? Like how?
Well, there's this company called Novozymes, and they're using fungal enzymes. Those are just proteins that speed up chemical reactions, by the way, to create environmentally friendly products.
So they're using fungi like to make actual products.
Yep.
That's even more impressive than that slime mold subway map we were talking about.
It's seriously cutting-edge stuff. For instance, they found enzymes in fungi that can break down lipids, which are like fats and oils. This could be huge for replacing a lot of the oil-based products we use all the time, even making those bioplastics everyone's talking about more viable.
Wow, so fungi could be the key to like a future where we're not so reliant on oil. That's amazing. It's like they have this almost magical ability to fix things, from cleaning up pollution to, like you said, changing how we manufacture things. Makes you think, what other secrets are they holding on to?
It's a question that's got scientists totally hooked. We've only identified like less than 15% of fungal species out there. Just imagine the potential for new discoveries. We're just scratching the surface of what fungi can do.
It's like we're on the edge of like a fungal revolution or something.
Yeah.
And speaking of revelations, I got to bring up another theory from Paul Stamets, the one about fungi, ancient Egypt, and maybe even the origins of religion. It's definitely a mind bender.
It really is. Stamets, he points to all this mushroom-like imagery in Egyptian hieroglyphics. He suggests that, and this is where it gets wild, that psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms as some call them, might have been part of ancient Egyptian rituals.
Wait, are you saying like the pharaohs might have been, experimenting with mushrooms, having psychedelic experiences?
That's what Stamets is proposing. He says that the ancient Egyptians, with their advanced knowledge of plants and their deeply spiritual practices, may have, recognized the power of these mushrooms and made them part of their ceremonies. Of course, it's just a theory, but still, it's pretty fascinating stuff.
It definitely makes you look at history in a whole new light. So what kind of evidence is there to back this up?
Well, there are these depictions in Egyptian art that look a lot like Psilocybe cubensis, the type of mushroom known for its psychoactive properties. One that really stands out is from the Dendera temple. It shows a vase with these figures coming out of it that look like mushrooms, and right there next to it is a blue lotus flower.
And the blue lotus, that was another plant the ancient Egyptians used in their rituals, right?
Exactly. Stamets' take is that seeing those two sacred symbols together, the mushroom and the lotus, suggests a deliberate connection to, altered states of consciousness and spiritual exploration.
Wow, that's pretty wild. To think that these ancient civilizations may have had this deep understanding of fungi and what they could do. Are there any other, like, historical connections between fungi and spirituality in other parts of the world?
Oh, absolutely. We see evidence of mushrooms being used in spiritual practices all over the world, going back thousands of years. Like in Siberia, the shamans have this long tradition of using Amanita muscaria, another kind of psychoactive mushroom, in their rituals.
It seems like humans have been drawn to the power of fungi for a long, long time, whether it was for spiritual journeys, medicine, or even just a good meal. Really makes you appreciate how important and complex these organisms are.
I couldn't agree more. Fungi are everywhere, woven into the fabric of life on Earth. And honestly, as we keep learning more about them, I think we're in for even more astonishing discoveries.
Well said. This deep dive into the world of fungi has been amazing, from their ancient origins to the potential they hold for the future. We've covered it all: the stoned ape theory, mycoremediation, fungal networks, sustainable manufacturing, even a bit of ancient Egyptian mystery. It's mind-blowing.
It's been a pleasure exploring this fascinating world with you.
Absolutely. And as we wrap things up, it's important to remember that while fungi offer so much potential, we have to treat them with respect, with caution. They're powerful, and we're still learning about them, so their effects can be unpredictable.
Couldn't agree more. We know not all mushrooms are good for us. Some are incredibly dangerous, even deadly. Knowledge, respect, and caution are key when dealing with fungi, and just like with any powerful force of nature.
Wise words to end on. So to all our listeners, keep exploring, keep asking questions. You never know what mind-blowing connections you might uncover. We've only just scratched the surface here. Check out the show notes for links to all the incredible resources we talked about and dive deeper into the world of fungi. It might just change how you see the world around you.